Thank you for joining us tonight after our, 2-week break.
Woo-hoo.
January 7th, a brand new year, and we are delighted to be here and to have you here.
Happy New Year, everybody. This is Ask Us Anything, and I think we're also showing this on our new RV Lifestyle community at community.rvlifestyle.com. You guys can talk to us in the chat room about that, and we will know if you're there.
Question. When are you going to learn how to hack into one of the major news networks?
When am I going to learn how to hack
so we can.
so we can. Well, hey, and we're also on NBC,
Right.
CBS, ABC,
Sorry.
and the Fox Network.
Sorry, couldn't control myself.
CNN's giving us a little trouble. But,
Okay.
Okay. I don't think that's going to happen. But anyway, we are on. We're simulcasting this on Facebook group, Facebook page, YouTube, X, former Twitter. There might be someplace else, and I think the community. So welcome to all of you. We're glad to see so many of you checking in and watching us tonight.
You could just kind of write it on your hand here.
Yeah, I could write it on my hand. Yeah.
Or your
So
arm.
that's how
Like
I got
tattoos.
through. So I got through school. Everybody thought they were tattoos, but actually they were cheats. Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, hey, I want to tell you before we get too far along, we have this is an exciting week for us because it's a first for us. We are publishing not one, but 2 new books. 2 new. It's our 19th and 20th book. Can you believe that? And I'm not going to tell you what they're about because we want to make that. We're going to have a book release party live at 7 p.m. Tuesday night at our RV Lifestyle, our brand new RV Lifestyle community, because we can go live there. We can bring you on. It's just so much fun to do live stuff from there. And if you haven't joined that group, we urge you to do so. You just go to community.rvlifestyle.com. And it's a free join. It's a great group. It's off Facebook, so none of that nastiness. And we've been doing live streams. We just did one Thursday night on the internet. We had top experts. In fact, it was such a good interview. We're going to make that a podcast in a couple of weeks. But this is the address right here. If you haven't joined, please join and then come back. First of all, join, get to know everybody. You'll see there's groups on the left about every possible interest area in the RV lifestyle. But then we do these live streams in the events tab. Click those and you'll see this one, community.rvlifestyle.com. We're going to do our book release party Tuesday night. The books will be available. And I want to point out, if you are one of the top tier supporters in our supporters group, you get your free book tonight. We'll be sending them out right after this live stream. And that's for those who are our special supporters. Huh?
Do they get one book or 2?
They get every new book we do. So they'll get each
2.
book, the supporters do. We have 4 different levels of support. So it's our top level support. So, okay. Anyway, if you guys haven't checked that out, please do. It's so much fun. This is the most fun I've ever had online. Is our new community. That's a great group of people. All right, let's get to some of your questions, and we'll keep going. Lots of you tuning in tonight, and it is so fun to see so many of you out there tonight. Our friend Ed Richards from Louisiana.
If you live in the Southeast, you might want to exercise your generators early tomorrow, as it looks like Monday night, Tuesday morning is going to be a rough ride.
You're right, Ed. It is tough out there. And we had like no snow in December. We had a little bit of snow up here in Michigan where we're at in November. There was about an inch or 2 this morning when we woke up, and that's all gone, melted.
But if I understand you right, the day that we take off for Florida, we might have snow.
That's Thursday. I hope not. I don't know. I hope not. I'm planning that trip right now. In fact, I'm documenting us planning that trip using TripWizard, RV Pro TripWizard, which is really great. I found a campground I didn't even know about right on our route that is an awesome campground. We've gone by it. So yeah.
I'm so glad that you document everything, because you learn when you have to go out of your comfort zone as to how you normally get down there.
Yeah.
And bring in a new tool and you learn.
This is a great tool. We've used it before, but I haven't used it a whole lot. Hey, let's give a shout out to Shirley Benoit, who is always great. She just gave us a $9.99 super sticker. That means you have to sing Happy New Year to Shirley.
I was going to tell Bo he could get some doggy treats.
Well, yeah. Bo could get some doggy treats.
Yeah.
I keep Bo and doggy. Is Bo in here with us?
Oh, yeah, he's right behind us.
Let's see if Bo shows up.
right behind both of
We
us.
kind of put a we've kind of put a Bo cam up. Is Bo back there? I don't
Oh,
see
you
him
can't.
there.
We
Does
can't
he show
see
up
him.
on that one? Not
Nope.
that one.
Nope.
That one. How about that one?
Ah.
He doesn't show up anywhere, but he's
No,
behind
but
us.
he's right back there. If we move too quick, don't move back.
Okay.
You're going to run over him.
Oh, yeah, you can see his head.
He's so
right between us.
trusting. Your
Move-
dogs all
move-
do that
move
too.
to your left.
Then you're going to be saying, move to your
There's
left.
Bo.
Okay.
Hey,
there's
Bo.
Let him sleep.
Oh,
He's ignoring you.
he's ignoring us. Anyway, Shirley, thank you so much for that. We appreciate it. Despina Reyes is one of our supporters.
Hi, Despina. What tools besides Google are good for searching local points of interest and history?
We have a post on the blog on like the best tools that we use for finding cool stuff to see. But so just go on the blog and look up RV apps, and you'll the search function on rvlifestyle.com. But for us, I can just kind of look on my smartphone. I got a ton of apps that we use. I always keep mine. You can't probably really see it. Maybe here. No, I have a tab here for RV right there. I got to make sure I touch it. And it lists all the apps that I use. And Around Me is one that's kind of fun, the Around Me app. Field Trip is an app that we use that tells us, various things that we can do from wherever we are that are close in. Road Trippers is another app that's really nice. Let's see, a whole bunch of them, but Rover, which helps us find places that are dog friendly, and for dog sitters for Bo.
Although we haven't left Bo since COVID, so that's been years.
No, we haven't. We haven't at all.
He gets upset if we leave him for an hour or two.
And I'm very impatient. I use this No Wait app to find restaurants that are open.
You're kidding me.
That you can walk into.
You impatient.
Who? Yeah. So there's a whole bunch of cool stuff that are out there. And we've got a million posts on the blog that you can find that will list them all up. So just do a search on the blog. Facebook user.
First time here, looking to start shopping for either a travel trailer or a Class C. Boy, there's a lot of difference there between the travel trailer and the Class C.
Yeah, the travel trailer is going to be a little less money than a Class C, probably a lot less money. But then you have the convenience of a Class C. You're not towing anything. However, when you get to the campsite, if you have a Class C, you got to take that with you, unless you're towing a car. But if you're taking the travel trailer, you can just unhitch the trailer and leave it at the campsite, and then you've got your tow vehicle to run your errands.
Okay, here's the hardest thing in the world for me, not having a motorhome. Because we started off for a decade in a motorhome, I felt comfortable driving a B or a C. And I loved, now some states you can't do this, but you could go lay down, take a little cat nap on the sofa while you're driving and bouncing down the road. And you can use the bathroom anytime you want. I could make lunch. I mean, I've made lunch on my knees for bouncing down the road, because some people have to get from point A to point B. We're usually on too tight of a schedule. So I miss that in a Class C, but yet I like breaking off, not having to batten all the hatches every time you want to go someplace. Because it is just a little bit of work to batten the hatches.
Being able to leave, like we're going, off to the Tampa RV show this week, and we'll be there the whole week, which is really nice. But I have all these events that we have to go cover, so we will take the truck and be able to go all over, from a racetrack to downtown Tampa to out at the beach and all these things, and we don't have to hook up you don't have to break camp, to go to those places when you tow.
And I'm missing my Class C, because when we do our little trips across the state to our old neighborhood where we lived for 50 years, and we've got a couple doctors that we kept, friends we want to go see, things like that. When I get in my old stomping grounds, I've got like 2 stores that I love, and I love loading up the refrigerator. I go there and I pack it, and we got a cooler for the back seat. and Bo was horrified.
It's too big. Yeah. Bo does not like sharing
Bo
the
does
seat.
not share the back seat with the big silver box.
No, he doesn't.
He was a wreck the whole trip. So the dogs.
So we still do technically own our Class C. It's up for sale. It's at a dealership now where they're selling it for us, but you still do own it. So if you want it, you just say don't sell it anymore. Maybe I shouldn't have told her that. Anyway, Bob Leach with the question.
Wanting to camp the western shoreline of Lake Michigan this summer, could you recommend any places to camp? Oh. Happy New Year. Bob, I think you might be too late.
Every 30, well, you'll find some, but every 30 miles from the Indiana border up, the western shoreline of Lake Michigan, or the eastern shoreline of Lake Michigan, the western part of Michigan, every 30 miles is a phenomenal state park. Start with Warren Dunes, which is just a few miles north of the Indiana border. It's a fabulous park. Head on up to South Haven, Holland State Park, South Haven State Park, Muskegon State Park, all the way up. There are great state parks and also a lot of commercial campgrounds. Your best bet, Bob, is to go pick up our book, pick up our travel guide book to Lower Michigan, where we did kind of a big circle tour of where to see and what to see around Michigan. It'll help you, give you some ideas, suggested routes. But from the wine country in the south all the way up to the big sand dunes up west of Traverse City, you'll find just amazing parks. And you can find all of our travel guide books right there at rvlifestyle.com shop. And starting next week, after Tuesday, you'll find our next two, which we're really excited about.
And it is time to reserve those spots.
Yes, it is time.
They go quick.
Really quick.
Really quickly.
Jennifer John with a question.
Hey, from Troy, Michigan. Hi, neighbor. Used to be neighbor.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on using a trickle charger on our RV during winter months when not in use? Vehicle is a 2014 Mercedes Sprinter ERA. Thanks.
Okay, are you talking about a trickle charger for the engine on the vehicle, or for the house batteries on your Era? I would think you're talking about for the Sprinter itself. And really, I don't think you have to put a trickle charger on it. If we had multiple weeks in a row of sub-zero temperatures, then I would say, yeah, that's probably a good idea. And I don't know what kind of batteries you have. On a 2014, you probably have AGM batteries. And it wouldn't hurt to trickle charge those. On a newer one where you might have lithium batteries, they're fine. They're just fine. You don't have to worry about them. The engine battery, I don't think you have to charge, but maybe the AGM coach batteries on the Era. What a lot of people do is bring those right out and put those in the garage or a barn or someplace. But you can also trickle charge them right in the vehicle. So. I think it's a good idea if you're not driving it, if you're not moving around with it, if you can drive the thing, exercise the vehicle. It's always good to not leave a vehicle sitting for months at a time. So, Wendy Connolly.
Hello from Connecticut. What is your favorite camping loop at Leckworth State Park? Thinking of going there this summer. We've been there a couple times. Did we write down?
Yeah, I know, but they have Lecksworth, if I recall, has some areas, several loops where you can't take a pet.
Right.
There are pet-free loops. So obviously, not one of those. They're all good. It's a huge park, and you really do need a vehicle to take you to see it all. You can't hike it all. There are lots of hiking trails there.
And my bike. Ride your bike.
Or bike it, yeah. If you have an e-bike, even better. But, just be aware that Letchworth has some areas, some loops that you cannot have a pet in. And it's one of the first parks we saw that had separate, if I remember this right, it had separate trash bins for recyclables.
Yeah, they
and
were
regular
like
trash.
one of the first.
Yeah. Letchworth State Park, they call it the Grand Canyon of the East. It's a spectacular park, really nice park. Jeff Carey.
Tampa, Florida. Weather in Tampa today was 70, blue sky. Your Thursday weather high 66, low 55 in Tampa. Enjoy your travels and see you at the Tampa RV Show. 66 sounds perfect to me.
Yeah, it really is perfect. It's always cool enough where I kind of wear a sweatshirt in the morning, and then usually we're in shorts and short sleeves by the afternoon. But sometimes it gets cooler in the 50s and 60s. But
it's kind of a joke. People from Michigan like it 65 to 70.
we do. 65 is
72.
great.
I melt. I turn into a puddle.
Yeah. So we're looking, and we should tell you guys, we will be posting the full schedule. We have meetups for those of you going to the Tampa RV show every day of the show except Sunday. Sunday's our getaway day, but we will have a meetup on the public days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we'll put a list up on Friday. Probably is the biggest one. The RV show has given us a whole building that we can use to meet and greet people, a big room in a building. So that'll be kind of fun.
So should I bring some games? We'll get some bowling pins and bowling balls and those little beanbag
I don't think it's
toss
that
things.
big, but you could bring games, yes. And people are going to ask us if Bo going.
Bo will not be on the grounds. He'll be going.
He might be. Maybe we'll take him. I don't know. Bo doesn't do
He
real well
doesn't
in
do
big
well,
crowds.
and he doesn't do well in crowds. He doesn't
gets
like
nervous.
the noise. He gets so scared.
Yeah.
The worst thing we did was send him to boarding school.
Back when he was a puppy.
Yeah, he was a happy little guy, and then I would be neurotic too if somebody zapped you every time you didn't do what you're supposed to do. But if we had to do over that, wouldn't happen. But we didn't. He was a gift. We didn't know he was coming when he came.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a
I wouldn't do that
surprise
again.
fur baby. Gallagher with a question.
Do you guys have a link to your travel leisure? I'm looking at that and the
Echo RV. Yeah.
since they are similar, but one is more off-road like.
That'd be the Echo.
Yeah,
At
the
least
Echo would be off-road.
You could do some with it, but
not much.
No, I don't have a link to it because, but it's at Holland Motor Homes in Holland, Michigan. And you could look up that and ask for Jeremy. He's the guy that's handling it. Holland Motor Homes, Holland, Michigan.
And I don't know what the interior is like, but the leisure that we had was very white.
Yeah, this is
if
a
you
very
like
light
white,
color.
The two sofas were white and the seats,
It's
the
not
white leather.
I would not recommend that for
a dog.
stuff.
Well, we have a 65-pound dog, so the white.
Mhm.
I was always covering things.
Yeah. But it's at Holland Motor Homes if you're interested. Ask for Jeremy. Bradley Olson, our friend Brad. I think he's in Hawaii.
Ooh. When given a choice of campsites with no shade, what direction would you want your rig to face if your fridge is on the passenger side of the vehicle? Loving the new community website. We're so happy that you love the new community website.
Bradley, I can honestly say I have never thought of that. So there may be a wise answer to that question.
The sun,
I don't know. You figure out a way so the sun doesn't hit your refrigerator, but it's inside and it's not going to hit it too hard.
You're going to have to probably afternoon sun is what you
Yeah.
don't want on your refrigerator is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking you need a good melancholy. And then I thought, I am a melancholy.
She is a
Think
melancholy.
about this a little bit.
We'll put it on you because
Well, I just said,
I'm
I
not a
don't
melancholy. I never thought of that, Bradley, but that's probably a good question. Somebody will have an answer. They'll probably offer it up right here.
I would say you don't want afternoon sun.
And Brad, post that on the community group.
Oh yeah.
Because we'll get lots of comments.
Yeah.
There must be an answer to it, and I'll learn along with you. So put it on the community website, our new community group. Bud Lenardi.
Hi from Prescott Valley, Arizona. Got snow today. Looking forward to the podcast Wednesday. I sent a segment to Wendy. Awesome.
Yeah, I should tell you what it's about. When our podcast is on everybody's scariest stories, the scariest things that have ever happened to you while you're RVing. And actually, it stemmed, the idea for doing this as a podcast segment this week stemmed from a conversation on our community website like that. And some of the things that have happened to people out there are really amazing. And it's kind of funny because everybody says it didn't ruin me. Everybody's still an avid RVer, but when you look at these, somebody was driving and their rear axle fell off. Wow. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? But anyway, it's a fun segment, and Bud did one. And Bud, you'll be on the Wednesday podcast.
I know we were camping in Canada with a group of people, and it didn't happen to us, but I found it. I found it scary that the couple were sleeping, and they had a screen and they're open and there's their bed and there's the screen. And there was somebody who was drunk and belligerent right outside that screen. And they're an older couple. And I thought that was very scary.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like that. I mean, nobody would like that.
No.
But I guess you're in a campground where you can yell and holler.
And there's tend to happen more in state campgrounds, state forests, state parks, things like that.
Yeah.
They don't happen quite so much in commercial campgrounds.
No,
but it does happen. Anyway, so Bud will be on. Harry Bryan Jr.
How did you win those trophies behind you?
Well, not right now. They're just props, but those are Emmy Awards from my TV career.
18 of them.
Yeah, Harry. So those are all Emmy Awards that I before I started this in 2012, I had spent a long career as a journalist, and the last half of my career as a journalist, as a television journalist, reporter for one of the stations in Detroit where where we lived at the time, and then later on we worked for NBC News. But those are all Emmy Awards, and right now
they're a good backdrop.
They make a good backdrop.
Actually, we had a friend because we were throwing out all the awards, and she said, "Do not throw out your Emmys." And so, well, guess we'll keep them.
Yep. James Massey.
Do you need separate solar panels to charge a solar generator, or is it better to use the RV panels to recharge them?
I think you're talking like a Jackery solar generator, and there's some other brands out there too. Rouge RV. Couple of other companies out there. But if you're talking about, they call them a solar generator because they can be charged by the sun, but you can also charge them by plugging them into 110 volts, and you can charge them with 12 volts as well. Or you can set out the solar panels that come with the generator, or that you buy as an option, depending on which generator you buy. So I would not use your RV panels to recharge them, because a solar generator is usually a portable generator like a Jackery, and it comes you get your own solar panels for that. Lay them out there. The one I have a Jackery 2000 watt, and it has we have two 200 watt panels, so 400 watts, and it basically charges that thing up in a couple of hours, 3 hours of sunshine if you can get full sun. So hope that answered your question, James. Our friend Chris Cowley, comment from Ronald Wajaka on our RVL community. Thank you, Chris. Chris is watching our community as well, and we are trying to simulcast that. Unfortunately, we can't take the questions that are asked on the community. They don't show up on this platform that we're using to stream. But thank you, Chris, for getting that. Anyway, and
so Ronald enjoyed the tour of your studio.
The studio we're in now. We did a tour of all the people. Remember, you all asked, you wanted to see the studio, you wanted to see the gear we use, and that finally, how many weeks did it take me to do it? But we have that out. That's on our YouTube channel right now. Thanks, Ron. I'm glad you're watching us over there in the community.
I wanted you to show a couple of pictures of what it looked like when you started the remodel.
I did, I did a quick shot of it in the tour we did of our homestead here a couple of weeks ago. Bob Leach.
Do you have a bed slide in your truck? If you do, are you able to put your generator in the bed?
I don't know what he's asking. Do you know what he's asking? Do you have a bed slide in your truck? No. Whatever it is, I don't have that, Bob. And if you do, are you able to put your generator in your bed? Why would I mean,
our hitch to pull the fifth wheel takes up that whole back.
I do carry my Jackery generator often in the back of the truck, but since I don't want anybody to steal it when we stop for gas or at a rest area, I often will keep that in the pass-through area of the fifth wheel. But I don't know what a bed slide is, and I don't have one.
Sounds like something that it would be nice to have, but I think with that great big hitch.
Yeah, maybe I'm misunderstanding your question, but that's all I can say, Bob. Gallagher.
I've got 3 dogs, 200 pounds and 150, hoping to hit the road with all of them again. Thank you for that info.
Wow. That's like a person. 3 dogs. A couple of people. 250 pounds of dogs. That's a big one. Well, good for you, man. That's we all travel with our dogs.
And we love them.
Yeah. The big family expedition.
Just found y'all's channel yesterday, watching the Jellystone Park episode with your family. We're looking for different fun places when we start full timing again in a couple of months.
Yeah. Family, so many families are on the road. There's so many of them. Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. We appreciate that. Hope Newhouse.
Hey guys, what's your thoughts on putting odometers on travel and fifth wheel trailers?
Never occurred to me to do that. But I guess if you were going to sell one and somebody was buying it, they would like to know how many miles that trailer has had on it. So probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a good idea. But it never, it's like the refrigerator, which side to park on. It's never occurred to me, but I think that makes sense. Don't you?
Yeah, except I wouldn't trust an odometer. I wouldn't trust that whoever I was buying from might be a little conniving,
maybe,
and maybe not be honest.
Yeah. I don't know how easy, I guess they used to turn them back in cars, and I suppose they could, but it makes sense. I guess if that'd be a buying factor for me to somebody, the odometer so has only gone 12,000 miles. There's the question from Jeff.
Okay, so do we have that, the new community website, so you don't get the same question over and over again?
Oh, Jeff, we are working on something so much cooler than that. Wait, Phyllis, should I tell him? No, I shouldn't tell him. She's shaking her head. Phyllis is watching. All right.
Stay tuned.
Oh, Jeff, we are working on something so cool.
And he has trouble keeping a secret.
I do. Well, I was a journalist. I was a reporter. It was my job to tell everybody. I'm going to start. If I start to tell, just do that but we are working on something much cooler than that, Jeff. So hang in there. Joy G. Anderson.
Any new places you plan to visit in 2024? The big one.
The big one is, I got to look at the map. July 22nd through August 17th, we are on a caravan with a group of, I don't know, under 25 RVers. So we are doing the Canadian Maritimes with RV fantasy tours. They're actually leading the tour. We just organized it and
hanging out.
We'll be with everybody else. But that's our big one, the Canadian Maritimes in 2024.
And this is like your dream.
Yeah, that's been on my bucket list. We've done all of the big stuff in North America. This is the last of the big things that we want to do. And then after we do that, we've got some extended stuff. And I keep adding stuff to our bucket list. I mean, just show somebody our bucket list something. Yeah. I've got like, it's way too big. I don't have enough time to do my bucket list.
I mean, we've been to Alaska twice for different work things.
And we love Alaska. Next to the Upper Peninsula, it's the only other place I'd like to live. And after that is probably Montana.
And Canada. Oh my, Canada is such a beautiful area. So much to see there. Yeah.
So we're really looking forward to the Maritimes. And of course, we're still thinking about a couple of our gatherings this year. And we're looking at some different areas than that. We hope to have news on that in a couple, 3 weeks after we get done with Tampa and all the craziness of launching 2 new books and this new secret project that I can't talk about. And then we'll see what we do on our gatherings this year. So thanks, Joy, for that question. That's always a good one. Bud Lenardi. My truck has an input in the settings to enter your trailer and it keeps track of the mileage. What is this? This 2,300 miles on this new Bighorn. F-250 pickup. But I have an F-250. So text me, because I know are a member of our new group. That's another reason we really like this RV lifestyle community that we started. You can text me. You can text other members. It's private text. Hey, I have the 2021 F-250 Laramie. Laramie? I think so. And if you would, how do you do that? How do I keep track of the mileage on my trailer? I know there's a little button I can push and it activates for towing. So maybe I have that. Didn't even know about it. Sounds about right? Yeah. There's so many things on everything these days. Benoit Leclerc. I wonder if he's from Canada. Hi. I look at your tour of your new studio. Very nice. And your quality picture is excellent. Thank you, Benoit. So that was very kind of you. Thank you. You know, there's always stuff that I want to change around. I'm not so sure. The background is fun for me because every one of them means that all those things on that cork board are press passes I've collected over my journalism career, from presidents to the Queen to the Pope to all of the political conventions and disaster area martial law permits, and my foreign trips to El Salvador and the war, and Nicaragua and Poland and all throughout the Middle East. So those all are meaningful to me, but they don't really show up here.
Sweet.
And I look at all these other YouTubers, and they have, all these fancy. I have a couple of tube lights. We showed them in their studio video where you can kind of make the background blue or red. But I also use this as my office too. So anyway, maybe we change that. But thank you for that. I appreciate it. Chris Swolinski, KE8USK 73. Chris, amateur radio guy. Chris, everybody's saying I should start an amateur radio and RV area discussion group in our new community. So I may do that in the next few weeks too. And again, this is what we're talking about, the community. So go over and check that out, community.rvlifestyle.com. And Benoit is from Montreal.
Bo is over here wanting pets.
Where's Bo?
He's right
Everybody
here.
always wants to see Bo.
Well, Bo is needy right now.
Well, he's not showing up on any of our, there he is.
There he is.
There's a back view of Bo. And he's over on your side.
Oh, it's going to be hard for Bo, because Bo has 10 acres to run around and enjoy. And when we travel,
Bo does not
it's hard to be on a leash and locked up in the big doghouse.
Bo doesn't like it. Facebook user.
When are you coming back to the Emerald Coast? Good question.
Well, when are we?
Hopefully soon. Hopefully in a couple weeks.
Yeah, after the Tampa show.
After
Maybe?
the Tampa show, if all goes as planned.
Got to find a place to keep the fifth wheel for a week or two.
Yeah.
We'll visit. We have a condo that we have there, and we haven't been to it
April.
since last April. We rent it out, so it's an income.
I
thing
got to
for
go
us.
see how trashed it is.
Yeah, the renters do trash it. So, but we got to find a place to store our
Fifth wheel.
fifth wheel, and as soon as we find that, we'll be there. Gallagher's from Boulder, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa Lyle is with us. She's
Hi,
one of
Melissa.
our moderators and a supporter from Midland, Michigan. Randy Dexter from North Carolina. I love seeing where everybody's watching.
That
us
really
from,
is
tonight.
fun.
Nancy Brown is in Reno, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
It's all great. Cheryl Nelson from cold Florida.
I wonder whereabouts in Florida you are, Cheryl.
We just heard it was 72 degrees. Somebody said in Tampa where we're headed. So
The Panhandle's always cold where
yeah.
we have our condo.
well, it's cooler.
Cooler.
It's cooler. Actually, I think the weather there in the winter, everybody's, it's too cold. But, it's 50s most days. 50s, 60s is common. Sometimes 70s in the winter. It's not bad. Carol Bumler Thompson. Oh, she loved our live stream Thursday. That's on our community too. I'm always gushing about this community, and bear with me, but if you are regulars, we have a Facebook group which has 280,000 people now in it, members. And there's just something about the size of that makes it kind of impersonal. And with 280,000 members, even a tiny percentage of nasty people are going to show up, because there's going to be a couple, 300 of them, right? Out of 280,000, just figures. So that's why we moved to a new group off Facebook. We're going to keep the Facebook group going. A lot of people are happy with that, and that's good. But a lot of us get fed up with all that nastiness, and that's why we moved it. But this new platform that we have, that's all ours, it's separate from big tech, allows us to do things like chat, one-on-one or group chat, and these live streams. We're also able to categorize, have discussions about, traveling with pets, troubleshooting, electrical issues.
How about
plumbing.
censoring speech?
We don't do any censoring of speech.
I mean, because some words, just get you censored.
Facebook, yeah. Are we on Facebook? They probably will take
Yeah,
us
you
off.
don't want to say
I can't
any-
say it.
can't
Is
say
there one? Okay, somebody has like an awning that they wanted to clean, and they said, my awning is really, and they used
Started with a U.
started with a U and it ended with Y, just a 4-letter word that said not attractive. But Facebook wouldn't let us use that. They took the quote
Yeah.
because they thought it was hate speech or something. I don't know. Anyway,
They
we
have
don't have
words
those
that they
issues.
monitor.
So that's why we started. But it lets us do live streams, and we've been doing those, and they're much more interactive, even than these that we're doing on Facebook and on YouTube. So it's been really fun. And we did a big one Thursday. We brought in 3 top experts on the internet. Nobody knows more about mobile internet than the 3 experts that we had on. And it was a really fun conversation. And thank you, Carol. I'm glad you were able to watch that.
Thank you for your encouragement.
Yes. And Chris Cowley, Northern Illinois, they're going to get some winter. Tomorrow, I thought it was all over today. Chris, is there another one? There must be another storm coming through. Huh.
Oh, dear. We'll be getting that.
Yeah. Storm moving in southeast South Dakota.
South Dakota,
How
you
did I
guys
miss
get
this?
hit.
Yeah. Isn't that where Tracy Reinecke is? She's in South Dakota. I haven't heard from her yet tonight. So the roadies on the road.
15 near Gainesville, Florida, dropping to 47 by the morning. See you at the show.
Hey, roadies, where are you staying in Gainesville? Because I have 2 more spots I have to book, and that's usually where we usually stay on the way down just before we go to Tampa, someplace just south of Gainesville. I can't remember the name of that park, but I really like that place. We stayed last year. Anyway, we'll be there. We look forward to meeting you. So that's great. Gail Gebert, Stevensville, Michigan. Hey, Gail. Thank you for
Stevensville?
I don't know. I should know that. It's Western Michigan, I think, someplace in the Western. I don't know. Gail, you got me stumped.
I guess I shouldn't have asked him.
Yeah, well, that's good. I usually know, but I don't know.
It must be the western side of the state.
It just seems. I know. Seems like we've been through there, but I don't know. I don't know. What's that vitamin we're supposed to take to make our minds work better? I can't remember the name of it either. I guess I need that. Let's see. Here's a question. South of St. Joseph. See, it's not far from here.
Okay, so we always want to get over to St. Joseph's because we haven't really looked around there, and our kids love it over by St. Joseph.
Beautiful beaches.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Mike and Jen, when you're at the Tampa show, will you take a look? Whoop, I lost that. That was me. I hit the Mike and Jen, when you were at the Tampa show, we take a look at the Coachman
Concord 321 DS. If that Class C is at the show. Thank you. Have fun.
Okay. I'll try. I don't know that brand. I know we did a couple of things on Coachman Class C. Is that a new one? We do I don't know. One of the things we're going to do since we moved to Southwest Michigan for our little 10 acres here is we're very close to Elkhart. We're making a lot of plans to do a lot of reviews. Particularly, we're going to go back and review a bunch of Class B RVs and a couple of Class Cs. And I've been chided by many other people that I need to have some experience in a Class A. So we're going to find a couple of Class A's that we can go and review. We've never driven a Class A or camped in one. So we'll try that this year. That's some of our 2024 plans. So that'll be fun. Hope Newhouse.
Are you guys still seeing supply issues still from COVID? Everything from actual RVs to the equipment? You think there's shortages?
The RVs are in supply. In fact, there's probably a little excess. The industry has slowed way down by half of what they were selling before the interest rates and no matter what the government says, it still is a recession. You know what it's like, how much expensive it is. But the supply of RVs is pretty good. And really the parts and equipment, the issues, they're still there, but because dealers and manufacturers have slowed down in their manufacturing and dealers are trying to cut costs, they don't have as many parts available as they normally would. So in the sense that they have to now order a lot of stuff to have parts that they normally would have had on hand, the supply thing is still a little bit iffy. I hope that makes sense. But the industry and dealerships have been hit hard this year with business really slowing. And everybody's trying to put the best face forward on it. But the fact is they're selling about half as many RVs. And the price on used RVs is also dropped. So it's slowly becoming a buyer's market again instead of a seller's market as it was. Kind of goes back and forth, you know. But the
that
supply
is a really good question about the supplies.
Yes, it was. All right, Eugene Brown.
The campground near
That's it.
Gainesville, Florida is called Ocala North.
That's where we
Thank you.
stayed last year. Yeah. We really liked that. They had a nice little pull through. We got there and it was on a Saturday night, which is what we would probably do this year as well, if we can pull it off. They have property, they boondock. There you go. We all do that, don't we? Off grid while in Florida. My Canopy is a really nice place. So, well, we'll check it out. That's the next, I got to book one probably tonight or tomorrow. So for Saturday night down that way. Thank you for answering that. We appreciate that.
You guys know everything.
You guys do.
Yeah.
They do. All right. I think we have just about run out of all of the questions. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. I'm just kind of jumping through here myself. And let's see what we got. Here's somebody, it's a ham radio guy, W4 Tango Sierra Hotel wants me to stop by 3895 after 8 p.m. A bunch of great guys every night. Well, let's see. There's my radio. I'll turn it on right here. And he's talking about ham radio. Everybody wants me to do this. They all say show these demos on it. So he's talking about, what did he say? 3895. Let's see. If you're there, buddy, you can say hi to everybody on right now. Let's see. 3895. I don't see it.
Whoop, 30.
Okay, nobody's on the
95.
frequency yet. There it is. It's up, but nobody's there.
Well,
I will
after
listen.
8 p.m. It's
early. It's early.
You're a little ahead of yourself.
Okay. And you're a little bit far for 80 meters at 8 o'clock at night, but we'll see. So thank you, Bobby. 73s to you. Deborah Von Beck.
All right, we're doing a fantasy RV tour in July, starting in Calgary for the Stampede. You're going to love it. Then going to Glacier National Park. We're in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Telling her about Glacier.
So it'll be a
wants
long
to
trip.
Go back every year. She wants to go.
Yeah.
That's our favorite park. Hands down.
Do enjoy it there.
Yeah. Crystal Listener.
Well, thank you. So glad to see Jen back, looking so bright and wonderful. And I want to thank everybody for all your encouragement, your kind words, your prayers. I needed them all. So I was in a hole, and thank you for helping me get out of that hole.
Yeah.
It was a rough, it's working on 3 months.
Yeah.
Since my little outpatient procedure turned into something else.
This trip is kind of, it's going to be iffy for you because you still you're supposed to stay away from crowds. And I'm not going to, she'll probably do a couple of our meet and greets, but I'm going to keep her on an easy pace. So,
I mean, I don't know how I'm going to get ready for this trip. I have my list of to do, and today was a big 0. Nothing got off the list.
Bob Leach, maybe Robert will let you stay at Camp Pelican. Yeah. Our buddy Bob Morales. We'll see Bob in Tampa, but that's a little bit too far north for us, and it's a little bit to us. But he's often invited us there, and we hope to spend some time with him at Pelican this year. He's a good guy, great friend. We really like him and Lile. Gail Gebbard.
I'd love to start using a ham radio or CB or whatever. Do you have any videos for a beginner?
Don't get me going. I'm going to do a training video. I do have several videos on our YouTube channel about ham radio. I better turn this off.
Yeah, we got a while yet.
So just do a search on our YouTube channel under amateur radio, and you can see what's involved and how we use it. I've been using it since I was a teenager. And it's been a lot of fun.
You probably could do some kind of, if you were looking to do a video.
There's a group called the ARRL. Just go to ARRL.com. They've got more videos, training guides, books, information on how to become an amateur radio listener. Much more than I could ever do in a video. It's a great group. All right. So just a couple quick reminders what's coming up. Tuesday night at our new RV lifestyle community. And again, if you're just tuning in, we gave a big to do that. If you haven't joined this group, if you're fed up with all the noise and drama and rudeness on Facebook, you're going to love our new group. Friendly, always friendly, helpful. and really geared more to RV lifestyle people than you would even on a group on Facebook call that. So check that out. But on Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, we will be live there, and it will be a book release party for 2 books. It's the first time we've ever done 2 books at once. And these are going to be fun. We're going to give a couple away and just interact with everybody live, 7 p.m. Tuesday. On the podcast that comes out Wednesday, scariest stories that have ever happened, the scariest thing that ever happened to people RVing. We share a couple of ours, and we have a bunch of other folks joining us, and it's just an interesting, and we can always learn from these scary things on how not to let that happen to us. And that'll be on the podcast this week. And then Saturday is, we have a movie. We have actually Chris Cowley, our video editor extraordinaire. Chris has put together, he does this every year. He puts together a highlight video of the previous year's travels and things that we've done and the events we've attended. And he's got one, a highlight reel that we're going to release Saturday on our YouTube channel. And it's a movie. We may do it as a movie premiere, which means we could kind of all watch it at the same time, like at 8 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. Saturday night. It's like, I think it's like 2 hours and 20 minutes long, but it's fun. And so we invite you to come to the YouTube channel on Saturday and watch our 2023 highlights, where we all went, what we learned, what we saw. There's a big segment on a couple of dramatic things that happened to us and some fun stuff and some of Mike's mistakes that you'll see. And so it's a movie Saturday. So that's the week ahead. We hit the road, Lord willing, and as everything is subject to change, you know, we have all learned this year how health can change everything, how weather can change everything, how mechanical breakdowns can change everything. But if it goes according to our plans, we hope to be on the road Thursday, spend 3 days making the 1,200-mile trip from Southwest Michigan to Tampa, Florida. And we will be at the Tampa RV show all week long. The show runs January 17th through the 21st at the Florida State Fairgrounds in Tampa. Bo, there's Bo. Say hi to everybody, Bo. Bo will be with us. Oh, Bo was everybody says, there's Bo. He will not be walking around. I might sneak him out there a couple of times early in the morning, you know, when there's not too much of a crowd, because he does like to walk around and sniff. But he'll be with us as well. Thanks to Phyllis Carr in Iowa for keeping tabs on everything there, and Chris Cowley in Illinois for running everything on YouTube. And thanks to all of you guys for being a part of the podcast or the Ask Us Anything live stream tonight. It was a good time we had here, I think. And I can't wait we took 2 weeks off and we missed you guys a lot. So, all right. See you all on our RV Lifestyle Community Tuesday night, 7 p.m., our book release party. See you later.
Happy trails.